Welcome to The Consumers. My name is Greg Warren. I am joined today by Sean O'Brien.
Gregory, good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you. I guess we can go with full names. That's fine.
I think Gregory. I certainly.
It's your dad's name, right?
It is my dad's name.
Yeah.
And the only time I would hear it as a kid is if my mom was pretty upset with my dad.
Yeah.
So I was like, Gregory?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh boy, this should be fun. Let's just
The only time I would hear it as a kid is if my mom was pretty upset with your dad.
Which would make sense.
Yeah.
My dad upset a lot of people.
I'm also with Timothy Convey.
Hello, Gregory.
How you doing? And
Sean Michael Patrick.
There you go.
you got a Christmas sweater on. I get it. It's, what do you call them? We wish you a Terry Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh,
But the P isn't pronounced because it's the
It's pterodactyls.
pterodactyl. I couldn't
So
think of
it's,
the name.
Yeah.
Santa's sleigh being led by, instead of reindeer, Sean, pterodactyls.
Pterodactyls.
you better believe it,
But
man.
you don't pronounce that P in the pterodactyls, right?
You do not. You say
Yeah.
pterodactyls. And
Pterodactyls.
therefore, Terry Christmas.
And is this a Ludo thing?
This is a gift from my friend Newt and then a handful of others, friends from Ludo. So Ludo has makes some references to
Yeah, I got it.
pterodactyls specifically.
There's a song with pterodactyls in it, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Which
it's
song
called,
is that?
It's called Broken Bride. Broken Bride Part 1.
Oh, that's the name of the album too, right?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's the rock opera that we did. It's
That's the EP
Oh,
thing, right?
okay.
Yep, first song on the rock opera. It's a long love story that involves time travel, the apocalypse, all kinds of stuff, and there are pterodactyls involved. So it's sort of become a part of Ludo culture. So yeah, they made this, and then we actually did a different version that we kind of turned into some Ludo merch. But this is the original that Newt designed.
Was that Ludo merch right there?
No, this was not. This
Okay.
was sort of what turned into the merch.
When you guys did a show at Busch Stadium before the Cardinal game, they gave out. Well, you had to buy them, but I mean, they gave out, and I had to buy them. Tim didn't give me one, but they gave out shirts, and it was maybe one of my favorite shirts I ever had. It was the Cardinals traditional birds on the bat, but instead of birds, they were pterodactyls.
Yeah.
And I lost that shirt.
You lost it?
Yeah, it's gone.
Oh, no.
It's one of my favorite shirts ever.
Oh man,
Yeah.
let me see what I can do.
you'll
I'm-
have to pay for it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Double.
and it's gone up. Yeah, it's gone up.
Yeah, you might have to pay.
Yeah.
Inflation, the whole thing. Yeah, it's going to cost you. So.
Yeah, see what you can do. Just to be clear, he is seeing this as a profit opportunity right now. This
Sure.
is not help your buddy Greg out. This is merch.
No, I'll take care of it. You gave me that hat.
I did. Yeah, I didn't want anything for it though, man.
No, I'll give you the shirt. What size do you want?
XL.
I was afraid you were going to say that.
Yeah, is that going to
No,
cost me?
I'll see what I can. How'd you,
They do run a little surcharge with the bigger sizes.
Yeah.
I know with a double X,
Yeah.
double XL.
man.
how'd you lose it?
I don't know, man. I lose shirts all the time.
Really?
Yeah, I could have thrown it out too. Sometimes I travel a lot, man.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll see.
Every weekend.
I bet I can find you one. But yep.
We got we finally got some media coverage, guys. I thought we should talk about it. There's going to be an article in Kirkwood City Lifestyle magazine.
Mm-hmm.
We're famous.
Our friend Renee runs the magazine, and Kirkwood is the little municipality of St. Louis that Tim and I live in,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a
And
pretty cool area.
that we both grew up in as well.
Grew up there, and I went to the public high school there. Tim went to some jerk private school, a little ways from there.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, my dad was a coach there. But anyways, they did an article on the consumers, and we got the cover. Yeah.
Yeah. And Sean, this
Yeah.
will be your first time on Kirkwood City Lifestyle magazine
I hope so,
on
man.
the cover.
It better be.
Yeah.
On the
Because
cover.
if I was on before and I don't know about it, it might not be good.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
100%, man. First time on probably ever even mentioned in the Kirkwood City Time.
Is that
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. It's
I'm excited for
it's a
you.
big deal.
too,
So we had to do a photo shoot, and it was our buddy Adam Huber, who's a great photographer and a great guy and a Kirkwood guy. But it was kind of rushed. I think it was like the 2 days after the special, right? That week after, and I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I don't want to do this, but I gotta.
And also, right, was it the day before Thanksgiving?
Yeah, it may have been. Yeah, it was right around there. And I had also, I was in a bit of a sluggish state because I'd been eating junk food straight for about 72 hours after the special. Pizzas, a whole pizza at one point.
Yeah. I'm on 72 days. So,
Are you? Okay. Yeah. So So we went to a few different locations. One of them was Tomboy. It's a little tiny grocery store that's been there since the Depression. I know because the neighbors told us that back in the day during the Depression, Tomboy would basically carry the neighborhood. Like you could buy on credit because nobody could get anything. So like some of those guys stayed low. But it's more of a deli than a grocery store. It's just a tiny little place. But we took some pictures there, and some of them were good, and some of them, Tim got a little
creative,
a little wacky. He made us take a picture where it's basically me and Sean pushing Tim in a grocery cart in the grocery aisle. And it was, and Tim's like, hey, and then we were like handing him bread or something. And listen, man, it all in all, it wasn't a bad thing, but it smacked a little of like 1980s morning zoo or so. Like this would be in the magazine, the local magazine. Like these guys are crazy. You don't know. They're in a grocery store and they're screwing around. And that's what these guys do. They just screw around. They can't. But boy, they're funny.
And why I'm laughing so hard is because Tim is not laughing at all right now.
Tim was like, just do it.
A medium
just do
smile.
It. You guys just do it. I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't think this is it. Just do it, man. Just do it.
So Adam Huber is a professional photographer. That's what he does for a living. In addition to some video stuff, he's very, very, very
He's
good.
great, man.
He's done huge.
I've hired him to film some short films.
He's great. He's done big, huge national commercial stuff. He does a lot of stuff with our pal, Nikki Glazer. He does big stuff. He's done a lot of those things. I've done a lot of photo shoots. When you do, did you just cough?
I did.
Did you hear
Randy
that?
coughed.
That was crazy. I heard a cough.
I did too.
Neither of you guys,
That's
really
Randy.
threw
He's
me off.
our board op, our producer. You guys know him well.
No, you're
he's
doing
starting to
great.
get pretty popular.
Oh,
in the
they love
chat. Maybe a little too popular.
That was
I'm
his
not
first
sure I
cough.
care for it. Yeah.
Especially,
Sorry, man. Yeah, allergies, bro. St. Louis allergies. Sorry about that.
no, you're doing
I don't
great.
think there's allergies in 25-degree weather.
There are. Oh, he's going to stand by it.
Okay.
We'll put this aside. My wife just realized she's allergic to Christmas trees, but we'll get back to
Oh
that.
yeah, I forgot.
And
about
Randy,
that.
I'd like you to weigh on this thing. Adam Huber's done a whole bunch of photo shoots. He's very, very good. I've done quite a few photo shoots from the music days.
Just to be clear, most of these photo shoots that Tim and Adam are talking about, that they've had a vast experience between 79 and 86, 4 morning zoo type radio shows.
People can see the pictures. I don't care what you do to try to get different things. Now, what we were tasked with in a very short period of time was multiple pictures, multiple looks, right? The last thing...
Like hundreds, right, to be clear here.
Yeah.
No, but for the feature in the magazine, they wanted to use 10 different pictures, right? So typically what you do, and God forbid anyone would ever ask you guys to do this, you'd bring changes of clothes, we'd go to other locations, stuff like that.
That's fine.
So what you
I would have
do...
brought change of wardrobe.
So what you do when you're in
And I call it wardrobe because I'm a professional.
Yeah, you could have used one, to be honest. What you do when you do these
Trying to
things
think what I wore.
is
Probably wasn't very good.
you wore your Blue Note raglan and a ball cap.
Okay,
And
I like that look.
Maybe sweatpants, if I remember
I
correctly.
did not wear
You look fine, but that's not what you wear to a. It's not what you wear to a photo shoot.
What do you want me? Coat and tie?
No, just you class at least what you wear on stage.
Yeah.
You look so much nicer on stage than you do at that photo shoot the other day.
Yeah.
So what you do when you do these things, especially, hey, limited time, trying to get a lot of different looks, is you try a bunch of different things. Adam, who's a professional, very creative guy, said, I don't know, why don't one of you get in the cart and the other guys push you? We're at a grocery store. The whole idea is consuming. It's one of the things we tried. I got in the cart because you guys aren't getting in the cart.
Well, I
got in the
could,
cart.
but you have to call the
Some
fire
of those-
department. I mean, I could theoretically get in there, but I'm not getting out without assistance.
Fire department, Glendale Fire Department is just right down the road, by the way.
Man, then I guess we should have tried it.
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
then
right
we
in
could've-
5 minutes.
Now that's comedy.
Yeah, then we could have got. If the problem is, if we call the fire department, they show up. You know, Tim's going to be like, guys, get on the truck and wear a hat. No, Sean. I want everybody on the hose, and then
Are you getting this?
Sean drink out of the hose.
Right?
That's
Shout yourself
that's
with it,
so
man.
wacky.
It sounds going to be like this.
Waving it all over.
I stand by it. I stand by
I
the
know
move.
you do.
I stand
Yeah.
by the pictures. Adam's great at what he does, and
He is great, man.
You
This
tried
is a
some
shot
stupid stuff. We
at
tried
Adam.
some stupid stuff back in the day, and it would land us some pretty cool pictures. So I stand by it. You guys are absolutely miserable to get your picture taken with.
No, what?
Huh?
No, wait a minute. I've been pretty neutral in this one, man. I was
were not down for
No,
this.
I wasn't.
You
crazy.
hated it more than I did. It's just I spoke up.
You did, but let me hear.
Actually, we did it. We took a bunch of them. We did it.
We did. I thought there was maybe going to be a chance of like throwing me in the cart, and that's when we would have a code red. I'm like, there's
no one was going to do
no
that.
way. But I think I can see. I could see both sides. Of
Nobody put Sean in a grocery cart.
Can man, it's against physics. I need one of those like Sam's Club carts or something. I mean, there's just no way.
Yeah, well, it wasn't. I should say this. It wasn't a regular grocery store size shopping cart.
No, it's a small
it was
grocery
a small.
store. Yeah.
I needed help getting out. I literally would have been stranded there. You guys had to.
Oh, we did. We did a bit.
We did.
Yeah.
We did a bit.
All right, Tim, we're out here.
Island for a while.
Tim's like, all right, guys. All right.
We're like,
all right, guys, seriously. Like,
hey, come on,
man. All right,
come on, guys.
Guys, we got stuff to do. We need more pictures. Stop screwing around.
Sit here in the bread aisle, guys. Come on.
And then when we got him out, it was a little. It's like because it's obviously we're stuck between two aisles, like the two shelves. I mean,
Well, yeah, because it's not funny if you're not in between the two aisles.
It's a good looking picture. It's a good composition. Randy, you have any thoughts?
Randy, when you were touring with Greg Allman,
when you were in the
guys-
Allman
there's
Brothers.
no way Greg Allman ever got in a grocery store.
Yeah, I bet he did.
Cart.
I bet he did.
didn't.
I'm pretty sure
I bet he
Bono did
did
30 years ago. That was a big
Was
deal.
Johnny Knoxville involved in that shoot?
Yeah,
it's good.
yeah,
That's
exactly.
zany. That's comedy.
You're
It's
right.
fine,
man.
right, Randy?
It was so much fun.
You don't have
It
to
was
use
fun, man.
anything. That's the point.
Yeah.
That's how you get good stuff. Anyway, that'll be probably the last consumer's photo shoot, as far as I'm concerned.
Sean and I got one scheduled this weekend.
I bet
Yeah,
you do.
actually, we've already done a couple with.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. None
The
of
guy's
them
like,
made
"Hey,
it.
is your guy? What does he want? Like, want to like do a handstand on a roof of a car or something?"
No,
It's
no.
like,
Here's what he's got. He's got this time. He's got one of the Kirkwood police, and they've got us all lined up against the wall with our hands in handcuffs.
I think it's funny.
And turn around, going, "We didn't do
No.
anything. We're just innocent, zany radio guys."
maybe all three of us are handcuffed in a loop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
That'd be
three
great.
of us, all,
Yeah.
I think
like
the fire
like
truck,
linked.
I think us on a fire truck would be great.
I like the cops with the yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the cops do. We could have a lot of
Yeah,
I
fun.
say
a
we.
lot of fun.
Yeah. I think it'd be good.
Put me in the back
Well,
seat.
wait till you guys see this article, though.
Go down to Grant's
Wait till you
farm,
see
maybe.
these pictures.
Go down to Grant's farm and just
Yeah.
us with some of the animals. These guys are always horsing around.
Grant's Farm. Shoot. If you're not in St. Louis, though, shoot a little concept.
It's kind of a zoo.
You're not familiar with St. Louis, come and go to Grant's farm. It's like
It's awesome.
It's like this sort of weird kind of zoo, kind of everything that the Bush family wanted to put together.
Yeah.
Back in the day, they got an elephant.
Yeah,
You drive through the property, and there's all kinds of elk and buffalo. What else they got? Yeah,
we got a giraffe.
There's probably a giraffe. I haven't been in a long time.
They got-
I went
they
once
got
and
free
then
beer.
one.
There's a train.
they got free beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, the brewery gives you. I mean, back when I was a kid, I'm pretty sure they gave you unlimited free beer. So we would go. My parents and their friends were teachers. They didn't have a lot of money, so we'd go and stay for a while.
yeah,
because they're getting free booze. I mean,
Yeah.
They're drinking it up
They definitely used to have that at Anheuser-Busch
at the brewery
tour.
itself.
Yeah,
And
Still
I remember because this is what I used to visit St. Louis before I lived here. They'd be like, "Now listen, you only get like 2,"
Yeah.
and then everyone's like, and guys are just punting down. Oh man,
Yeah.
they don't care. They're not keeping score. They
Now
made it in
there's-
their
now there's
backyard.
tickets.
Now,
Yes,
now I
too.
think it's like, no, you are.
But I
having a sip.
think like because I don't drink, so I think when I went, I gave my tickets to somebody that did maybe. So
Yeah.
Somebody
You can-
there's
yeah.
not going to be a drinker. Tim doesn't drink.
I don't
Right.
drink.
You're
I
looking
do a
at-
little bit.
You got 6 beers right now.
Yeah.
I'm way ahead. We should go next. We should go there and take the pictures at
Do
AB.
a-
I'll
I
do
think
like
it's a
a.
great idea.
Oh, we could. Get
I'll do
into
like
the-
a keg stand or something.
Yeah,
It's a big
right?
brand.
Get into the vat. We'll do like sort of the consumers meets Laverne and Shirley. It'll like we'll be on the
It
line.
sounds good. All of the things you're describing
I know what
sound
you-
like better pictures than you guys just sitting there like this, like we did.
Yeah,
I agree, Tim. I don't. I think really it just maybe wasn't on. Not that I have a brand per se. It would be a little off brand for maybe for me.
Totally
Like,
get it.
that's
And I
all.
wasn't like, oh, here we go. We're going straight
I
to the
know.
top with
Yeah,
this one.
Yeah, we're just.
But you try stuff.
And we did.
I don't regret getting in the cart. I would do it again.
No, man. Yeah,
Some of those pictures are fun.
they were a ball.
And
Yeah, no.
It was the wrong week, man, for me to.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, I know.
It was
100%.
not the right week. And there's nobody's fault. Renee's like the coolest person.
Yeah.
Her
Oh, yeah,
son,
absolutely.
her son Keaton is up and coming comedian.
He did a spot with us in Chicago.
Out of Chicago, did a spot with us maybe a year or two ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did well. I think I've had
funny.
about 5 people on our Chicago trip that come recommended from somebody I don't know, and I don't know the person, and they do a guest spot. And Keaton, he's at the top of the heap.
He is the top
We-
of.
we-
Yep.
Yeah.
We've had a couple. We've had a couple that didn't go so well.
We did
Yeah.
multiple ones. So if you think we're not, if you think we're talking about you, we're not talking about you.
No, this is.
They've been all over. Yeah, there've been some really good ones.
Langvanus killed it.
Yeah.
Derek Langvanus, if you guys get a chance, check out that comedian. He's
I'm
very
trying
funny.
to. If we don't say names, then it's like, who knows?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
No, these guys know who they are, or girls.
There was some and some. Yeah,
Yeah,
Fun
honestly,
up
I
there.
couldn't tell you the name of most of them.
we've got a lot. I mean, because we do.
We do
Dane's
Chicago
Rosemont
every year
together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's next fall.
Yeah.
It's coming, and we're working right now to do a couple of live podcast dates in Chicago. I believe is first on the list. Yeah, we're looking in the
Talking.
spring. Me and Tim are doing some live podcast shows.
What is this?
What is this, man? I'm just kidding, man. I'm just kidding.
We just got to get the
Yeah.
promo photos ready. We'll be
Oh yeah, man.
ready to go.
Yeah. Just
A lot of fun.
put me in a suitcase, zip me up, and we're at the airport.
Hey,
Yeah.
you know what?
Going around.
Yeah, I'm on
There
the
you go,
baggage
yeah.
plane.
By the way, stop everything.
Okay.
I earlier made a joke and said, "Hey, this is your first time on the cover of Kirkwood City Lifestyle magazine, right?" Because
Yeah.
Greg and I've actually both been on it. They did a thing on my brother and I being in radio,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then Greg was on it as what was it like cool men from Kirkwood or something
Yeah,
like
it was
that.
the men's episode or
And
something.
please tell me in that photo shoot, Greg, what were you doing in that photo shoot that was on the cover last time you were on the cover of this magazine?
I was holding a microphone upside down.
It was upside down.
Oh, okay. I see what's
It was
going on
upside
there.
down. So he's hitting me hard from all angles.
Yeah.
And Mr. Comedy is on the cover of this magazine holding the microphone. You guessed it, upside down.
I think given the picture, and they had me do that, that was the only choice, and I stand by it. I think because if you talk into it on this end, it's not going to work. Is what I was trying to illustrate. You follow me?
Wait a minute.
Yeah,
Let me connect the dots.
Okay. You got
Yeah, that. God,
Oh, yeah.
You're right, man. That is funny.
You're supposed to talk
No,
on the.
that is
If
funny.
you talk on the bottom side, it's
Right.
nobody's going to hear you.
What if you
Yeah.
hold it sideways?
No.
I'm so sorry. That's
Yeah.
that's
See, man.
That's comedy.
Yeah.
That is comedy.
The brand this week
Keep
is
an eye out.
Gatorade. We've got several
We
different
loaded up.
varieties here. Sean brought some. I brought some. I'm excited about this brand.
Me too, man. Yeah,
Um,
I'm a big fan.
Let's get into it. 1965, Gatorade was developed by a couple of scientists and some other people, but the main scientists were Robert Cade and Dana Shires. They were at Florida College of Medicine. Dana, by the way, is a male Dana.
Mm.
That's a boy Dana. It was requested by Coach Ray Graves at Florida State. Apparently, these football players were passing out because of the summer heat in practice. It said 20 football players were sent to the infirmary for dehydration in a single weekend during the 1960s. I'm not sure these dates are right because they were sent to the infirmary, so it might have been the 1860s.
I know, right?
I don't know.
What are they talking about, man?
What are they talking about? But players were losing, they said, up to 18 pounds in practice, in one practice, which
Oh, man. That's
I
like
could-
your wrestling days, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, the most, I dropped 9 pounds. I had to cut 9 pounds in 2 hours before the national tournament my junior year.
I would literally think that's physically impossible.
Doctors would tell us, you guys, you're lying. That's
Yeah.
impossible. Well, I did it yesterday. And I was, at that time I was wrestling 150. So some of these guys are 300-pound linemen, maybe in the 60s, maybe not quite 300, but they're a lot bigger. So as a percentage of body weight, they maybe could drop that kind of thing in that kind of heat.
True,
But
right.
yeah, I don't recommend it to anybody. It's a terrible thing. But Coach Graves said, could you guys come up with something to help? And they came up with Gatorade. Now, the first Gatorade tasted horrible. One of the linemen apparently spit it out and said it tasted like some sort of bodily fluid. And Cade's wife, Robert Cade's wife, suggested they sweeten it with lemon juice and cyclamate.
There we go.
Yeah. She probably brought that up several times. Like when they were like, didn't you invent Gatorade? Well, nobody would have drank it if I hadn't put that lemon juice. It was terrible. They were spitting it out. Did you know that?
Cyclamate.
Cyclamate, lemon juice, and cyclamate. I mean, these idiots, they wouldn't go anywhere. They ought to call it Cade's wife a Gade or something. Doesn't really roll off the tongue.
I see what you did, though, man. Funny.
But apparently it worked. In the 1967 Orange Bowl, they beat, I said Florida State earlier, which is really stupid. It's Florida.
You said Florida.
I think I said Florida State.
Yeah, I know. I thought I said
Florida Gators. Yeah, it's Florida Gators. Maybe we'll have Randy edit that out. Maybe not, because
no, he's not. No, he's not doing
if you guys are still here, we just realized that everybody turned it off because I said Florida State instead of it's not.
We didn't catch it either.
Yeah, you guys didn't. You're supposed to help me out.
I swear I did, but I was like, I'm
Especially
usually wrong.
you, man.
I'm usually wrong though, and I'm like, if I speak up and trying to, I have it right here in my notes, so I'm like, I'm sure I got that wrong. So
it is the University of Florida, the Gators. Anyways, they played the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets in the 1967 Orange Bowl, and Coach Dodd of Georgia Tech said that they lost because they didn't have Gatorade and Florida did.
Wow, it's an easy out. Yeah.
Who was the quarterback in 1967 for Florida? He's famous.
Steve Spurrier.
Steve Spurrier. Steve Spurrier. I always say it like that because one of my favorite comedians ever, Tim Wilson, great guy, great comic, had a whole bit about Steve Spurrier. And Tim had a harsh Georgia accent. Steve Spurrier. Steve Spurrier. Anyways, he was indifferent.
He was like,
He's like, I don't know.
Whatever.
Which, if you've ever seen Steve Spurrier, really, his face just says indifferent and unimpressed.
Take it or leave it.
Yeah, he's the old ball coach and he's unimpressed. So Cade at this point said to the university, he said, hey, maybe we should go into partnership on this thing. I need some resources. And they said, pound sand, basically. You're on your own.
Mm-hmm.
And he was on his own for a while. He had some investors, I believe. And they got to like 200,000 in sales, and the university was like, "Nah, this is ours. You developed it at the university. We want in." And there was kind of a legal battle for I think more than 2 years, and eventually they came up to some decision. Basically, it's like the university got 20% of it. Cade got 80% of it. Cade and his investor group. I hoped Dana Shires and those people were taken care of. But the university got 20%. To this date, in 2009, I don't have updated numbers, but by 2009, the university had received more than $150 million from its share.
Oh, my God.
$12 million a year. And that was 20%.
That's
now,
crazy.
Cade sold his shares when I think he sold it originally. Stokely Van Camp, the bean people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They bought it. And then I think it got passed to Quaker and it went to PepsiCo.
That's
which
who
we
owns it
keep coming
currently.
back to PepsiCo and Quaker on this
They're big.
podcast. And yeah.
Are there other examples of universities that own a piece of huge brands like this that seem so unique?
Yeah, let's see.
Nike,
Oregon, you're right. Oregon, I don't think they have any piece of it. I mean, Bowerman, the track coach at Oregon, was definitely part of it. He was Phil Knight's track coach, I think, originally, and I think he helped Phil Knight with it. So he probably had a piece of it at one time.
But probably not
Bowerman.
the university.
Not the university.
right?
I don't know. You know any?
I can't think of any.
Is our
I
school,
wonder how
Missouri, they
unique
got anything?
We get a piece of everything John Hamm does.
Is that right?
Yeah,
That's pretty lucrative.
that's how we got
Yeah,
the
yeah.
new football stadium.
Even the piece off the movie The Town.
yeah,
Yeah, town with
Top 5 movies.
Big
that's a good one.
top
Damn.
5 movies.
I love it.
Yeah.
Have, you
town,
ever, have you ever seen the assassination of Jesse James?
Here we go.
Slow burn.
It's
No,
yeah,
I will be watching Walk to Remember though tonight.
Yeah, I've no.
Walk to Remember. Fine film.
I can't do it.
It's interesting you brought that up. It's a fine
The
film.
town is your Walk to Remember.
You better believe it.
That's good.
Yeah. Very different movies, The Town and
I
Walk
would
to
assume.
Remember.
Yeah, probably different kind of angles.
Not a lot of overlap.
Yeah.
No. So some things happened with Gatorade. 1969, the first NFL team was sponsored by Gatorade. Sean, what was that team? You're our resident NFL guy. I was kind of looking for you to get this without your notes.
Yeah,
You don't know?
I think it's the Giants.
It was the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, that's why I don't know. 'cause I hate them.
1969. Oh, yeah, you don't care for the Chiefs,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So I even see KC, I just turn away.
Yeah, that makes sense. Also became the official drink of the NFL in 1969.
Wow.
And it is the official drink, sports drink of all the NFL teams. All of them.
Every single one.
Every single
It's
team.
an NFL deal.
Right.
Wow.
Which wouldn't it be great if they were like, we're going to drop the Giants this year.
I know. You guys, you're getting Powerade.
Yeah.
You're getting Powerade and you're going to love it.
Yeah. And then they really like lean into it for the advertising. The official drink of all NFL teams except for the New York Giants. Come on, man.
Some are so funny on that. Like, one of the sponsors of the NFL this year is Barefoot Wine.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's just fun. It's pretty low level. And it's just like Barefoot Wine, official sponsor of the
they say it in
NFL.
the
Are
same
you
voice.
guys ready to have a good time? Get some Barefoot Wine. I mean, I'm embellishing a little, but you get the point. It's like, okay. So.
Yeah, they have all that stuff is a little goofy, I think. It was originally called Gatorade, Gatoraid,
Mm-hmm.
and they changed it to ADE. Sean, why?
Because it was kind of like implying that's more of a from medicinal, right?
Yes, if you have aid in there,
But Gatorade.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
to
Like Band-Aid, right?
To aid the
Band-Aid
Gators.
originally was Band ADE, like Gatorade, and they saw that it actually did help cuts, and they went
that's why
to
they went.
Band-Aid.
That's a good fun fact, buddy.
Yeah, it's not true
They
at all.
saw that it helped them. What were they doing? Why were they putting it on?
Well, now you're
These
exposing the logic of the joke. It's not that great of a joke.
Oh.
It's because it's
Right
not
when you started, I'm like, how is he going to land this
it's not
thing?
terribly
I
logical.
realized
Yeah.
that it helped.
For the first 2 years, the two flavors were lemon lime and orange. Yeah, and then they sort of started expanding. But yeah, the first 2 years, that's all you had. I've always been an orange Gatorade guy, I think, and lemon lime. I don't know. You guys use it a lot when you were younger. Use it,
Yeah.
Sean. When you lived with me,
I
you drank a
loved it, man.
ton of Gatorade.
Yeah, and you were not happy about it.
It's not. I was fine with it. I
Well.
just was trying to let you know it's not as healthy as you thought it was.
He was correct. I was thinking it was like almost a health thing. And I feel like Greg's like, it's like drinking a Pepsi. And I'm like, so it was kind of in the middle. It certainly was not necessarily healthy because there's a bunch of sugar in it.
Yeah.
But it's also not the same amount of sugar, a 20-ounce Pepsi to, although
I
this
did
might be
learn that from
a
you.
28-ounce.
So when I'm gonna
So-
if I'm on the road, I'm like I'm sorry. I drink water all the time, but I'm not doing it today. I'm having sugar every now and then. Instead of getting a Coke, I'll just get a Gatorade because you told me that.
Yeah, this is what I got. 34 grams of sugar in a 20-ounce to a 69 in a 20-ounce Pepsi is what I have.
Okay.
Mm.
Well,
So-
that could be right. It might not be right because we actually,
no,
when we
don't.
were working on this podcast, we did some practice episodes just to get started.
Mhm.
And this is one that we did. This is maybe like the first or second one we did.
It was a very long time
A
ago.
very long
Yeah.
time
It
ago.
was,
We
yeah,
were
first or
screwing around with it.
It
We
was
were like,
in March or April because I had just broken my thumb.
Randy had us in a different room with he does all kinds of other podcasts. He does some X-rated podcast, and we had their
R-rated. It's R-rated.
It's an X-rated podcast, and he had X-rated pictures behind us, and we tried to explain to him this is not really what we're going for. And then where the lighting was a little different. We didn't have all of our products.
Yeah.
There were products, but they were X-rated products.
Yeah.
So we were like, let's do a practice episode on Gatorade, and let's wing it. So I went back and watched some of that podcast
Yeah, me too.
last night,
Yeah.
and Sean,
Oh boy.
with 100% conviction, he says, Cade never made a dime off of Gatorade. And me and Tim are like, really?
No kidding.
Yeah. And then we rolled with it for about 20, the whole podcast, we were making jokes about Cade not making any money. And Sean just said, yeah, didn't make a dime.
It was a runner through the episode of what an idiot that guy was.
And that's, guys, why my role is I'm kind of just a chime-in guy. Like, I used to maybe have a position here, and they're like, just let him lurk around.
Yeah. You used to bring facts in.
I used to have, like, a pivotal role, and now it's like, just let him, like, just put him on camera a few times, Randy. Go to him. Whatever he says is probably going to be inaccurate. Yeah, I don't know. I did not watch it, so I don't know what.
You got to see
I don't
this,
know,
man.
man.
I mean,
I don't know what I did.
100% conviction, too, man. Cade didn't make any money at all. Yeah, nothing.
I mean, was I even in the ballpark of any of it? Right?
Like, I think you said he made $10,000.
Yes, you had like a hard fact surrounding it.
And I'm not a numbers guy, but I can tell you, if the university made $150 million, and Cade and his people made 4 times as much as that. Okay,
right.
This is 2009. That was quite a few years ago.
Yeah.
So I think, unless you made a horrible deal with these people, I think that all right, guys, I just want 10 grand. Okay. And also I did, Cade's an interesting guy, man. A very, very bright guy. And he was a really good runner in high school, ran a 420 mile in the 1940s, which was a pretty big deal in the 1940s.
420 mile?
420 mile. Yeah.
What's the record today?
No, I'm sure it's
like what,
well below 4. Yeah.
Well below 4, you think? Okay.
Yeah, because the British guy
nowadays
broke the 4-minute mile, right? I think so. Randy can get that for us.
Not a huge deal. I don't know. I just thought it was like maybe high 3s, but
I think it is. I bet you it's high 3s. Let's go ahead. I'm going to say 352.
I'll go 390.
341.
390, did you just say? That would be 430.
It's 343. Or no, he said 390. Yeah,
he said 390, which would be 430.
I did 430.
Which we already know Cade beat that.
I'm having a rough day, man.
390.
390. It's like the gas tank. Hey, man, my brain's just broken.
390.
343 is what I'm seeing up there.
Tim, you going to be okay? I didn't think... See, this kind of thing doesn't really surprise me. After the whole,
I don't know.
After the whole your side thing in the car, I'm not that shocked by 390.
Yeah, I don't know. Is it military time or something?
No,
can I use that as an
excuse? That doesn't work any way you want to cut it.
I'm trying, man. I'm throwing grenades up to stay alive here.
Randy, can we get to this?
Yeah, 343.
Oh, you found it?
What was my guess? I think I was close.
You might have got it.
Randy, didn't I say?
I think you might have got it on the nose.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Thanks, Randy.
Yeah, 343.
Yeah.
0.13.
We need to get Randy an assistant, man.
That's fast.
He can't do all these things.
Well, Nate has to come and go. Nate's got the tour date, so we can't.
Yeah.
Honest, full disclosure, Nate cannot be here off
for this
camera
episode.
every single.
Yeah.
Nate's not here at this one.
Yeah.
And we're sorry, but it's like he's busy.
He's got that CBS thing coming.
So we got to get. Yeah, maybe we need someone else for Randy.
Anyways,
sorry, I keep tripping over Nate back here, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, he'll be back. It's his thing, Randy. You got to make room for him. We talked about this.
Yeah, his name's on the podcast. Yeah. It's not Randy Land, thank God.
I like it though, man. That's a nice ring.
Randy Land,
kind of like a Candyland spin-off.
Exactly. If you're if you can't afford Candyland for your children, you get Randy Land.
I smell a spinoff.
I agree, man. Yeah. We start from the ground floor and then we work our way up.
I moved 5 spaces. I landed on the Greg Allman Square.
Randy Land. That's a pod.
Yeah.
That'll be along with the R-rated ones, I think.
Yeah. Okay. After running the 420 mile, or as Sean would call it, 380.
390. 390. The 390 mile, guys. Yeah. I just count to 100 now.
He was also a very accomplished violin player, and he with his money that Sean said he didn't make any of, he bought 30 violins.
That is too many.
30 violins.
Yeah, that's 29 too many.
60 Studebakers cars. He liked old cars. 60 Studebakers.
Man,
that's a lot. That's more than 10 grand, Sean.
You're probably right, man. I haven't
right
fact checked that, but I'll go with you.
Do you own any violin? Randy's got like 12 bass guitars.
How many guitars you got, Randy?
That's true.
Wow, man. Geez. 7.
7?
No, you have more than 7 in here, I think.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or 8.
7 or 8 guitars, and they're all bass guitars.
No, 3 of them are guitars. A couple of them, 4 of them are bass guitars. Yeah, so 7 or 8.
And
And then I got one in there I never play, and yeah. So maybe I got 9.
Okay. Well,
I have one guitar at my house. It's Tim's. It's
Oh,
sitting
yeah.
there for 2 weeks.
Forgot about that.
Yeah.
I'll come get it.
Yeah, in my new place.
I'll come get it. We'll dive
Kind of
into
junking it up.
dive into Randy's guitars on Randy Land.
Hey, can I have one of these?
Yeah, buddy, go for it, man. Which one you want?
This one, this vitamin
Line?
thing.
Oh no, this.
Yeah,
the lights.
G-Fit.
G-Fit. Let's talk about the different types of Gatorade.
I don't like
You
this.
have your G, which is sort of the old-fashioned Gatorade, right?
Correct.
Full strength sugar. You have G2, which is low sugar, and then you have what's the other one called, Sean? G0.
G0.
which is
I don't guess
zero
we don't
sugar.
have. Okay.
Let me give me the fruit punch, would you?
There you
Yeah.
go, buddy.
So this G,
That's full sugar.
it barely says Gatorade on it. It's so small.
Yeah, I don't
Oh,
like the
yeah.
way that I like the old Gatorade logo with the lightning bolt. I love that.
Me too. And that
Yeah.
one that stuck around for with very small variations until
Yeah.
they went to this G, and it bugs me because I can't tell the difference enough from all
It is,
the
man. There's
all the spin-off
It's
ones.
confusing. It's brand proliferation.
Yep.
Or SKU proliferation is what it would.
Really?
No, it wouldn't be brand proliferation. That would be several brands
Right.
within. But it's SKU, SKU, stock keeping unit proliferation. There's too many of them, and we were accused of that. And honestly, I would tell you, we were probably guilty of it in certain categories. I would say in the cake mix category, we had some stuff that didn't need to be there. But I think Pillsbury is way more irresponsible than us on that.
Okay.
What kind of stuff
Calling you
you
out,
think that was
Pillsbury.
like, all right, what are we doing here?
Well, I think I talked about it in my special where the frostings, the funfetti.
Oh, yeah,
There's
yeah,
funfetti, and they would have like all these different. It's the same thing. It's like vanilla frosting with little chocolate dog bones, vanilla frosting with little chocolate guitars. You don't need all of those.
Yeah.
Okay. So it was funnier on my special. Like I had a joke at the end of it. I did. I just, in case anybody hasn't seen it and they don't want to watch it. There's an end to that. I just didn't want to redo it here. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
But
that
in the
wasn't-
toothpaste in Crest, man, I mean, those guys, that was a Procter & Gamble product. My buddy Mark Kitchen and Nell Gregory, they sort of ran that business on our team, and I didn't weigh in a lot. But I mean, it's crazy when you go over to that aisle and see all the different, all the different ways to clean your teeth and all the different flavors and all that, it's nuts.
It's too much.
Yeah.
Can I be honest? I never knew what SKU stood for until you just said it.
Stock keeping unit, I believe.
Never knew that.
Yeah. I didn't know until, I should have known a long time ago.
Yeah, you
It's one of
should've.
the first things they told us.
You
actually.
should've.
I didn't listen. And then you got this Gator Light here. From what I understand, that's, I think that's sort of to compete with Pedialyte, maybe. That's really good for hydration if you don't need carbs as well. Like this and the other stuff has a bunch of carbs in it. This will rehydrate you if and if you also got some crackers.
It's
or
more like
something.
Pedialyte.
Yeah. I think it's more like Pedialyte.
Okay.
Maybe I would bet probably better for you. I mean, I guess.
Then
And then I don't know what that is. What's that?
I
Sean?
just thought I think it's new.
Gatorade
G
Fit. Yeah.
100% DV vitamins, A, C, B3, B5, B6.
Is this sort of like the
So-
like vitamin water or something? No, because it seems like vitamin water.
Yeah,
they do
kinda,
have,
man. They got
do
all
have
the vitamins
Propel,
listed.
though. Propel
Oh, yeah,
is
forgot
also
about
a Pepsi brand. And
Yeah.
Propel is basically water.
With just like a flavoring, right?
Yeah.
Of whatever, lime, lemon, strawberry.
Yeah. And now the competitors, their competitor is
Got to be
Powerade
Powerade,
Yeah.
and that's Coca-Cola.
is
Yeah. Powerade's Coca-Cola.
But Logan Paul and
yeah.
KSI, is that his name? KSI? Some YouTubers, famous YouTubers. Logan Paul, the boxer, they developed a sports drink that's called Prime.
Prime,
Exactly, Prime.
Boxer's a strong word.
Yeah, no, that's the thing about Prime. It'll help you. It'll rehydrate you if you're fighting a man over 65
Yeah.
years old. Then you're gonna. Yeah, it's really good.
But that's a market that has not really been tended to.
No, apparently Prime is like teenage boys go nuts for
Mhm.
Prime. Yeah, because of Logan Paul. They go nuts for it.
It's essentially the same thing.
You think Amazon would be like, you're not using Prime.
Or Prime. Or Deion Sanders.
Oh,
Or
yeah,
Deion
yeah.
Sanders,
Uh-huh.
right?
Yeah, or the number 7. I mean, yeah.
We could team up with some other prime numbers and have a class action.
Yeah, class action suit. Yeah.
What other prime numbers would get involved in that, Sean?
It'd be what, 13?
Yeah.
Ooh.
19?
19 is a prime number, only divisible by itself.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, so you'd
I might
have
have skipped a
you'd
couple.
have Amazon, Deion Sanders, the number 19. Dumb. Such an idiot.
I wouldn't want to sit across from that.
No.
That's a murderer's row
Yeah.
in a legal battle.
Especially when they get to there, like, okay, representing Deion Sanders, I can handle that. Representing Amazon Prime, I can handle that. Representing the number 5, Bill, did you know about this? Also the number 7, what? 3, what?
We're cooked.
They'd have Jay Kansler involved, our guy.
Yeah.
John, that's
attorney,
the
right?
official
Jay would come in.
attorney
Official
of the
attorney.
consumers. If you've got a problem with us, it's funnier when you say it right the first time. If you've got a problem with us, you contact Jay Kansler.
Yep.
And you're not going to like the outcome.
Oh, Jay is the man.
Get your ducks in a
Love
row
him,
before
man.
you come after us.
Yeah.
I almost want to get into trouble sometimes just so I can call him because he's that good.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Not like crazy, not like violence.
Yeah.
But like
No.
I had some credit card trouble a while back. Where
Jay got you out of that?
Jay, Craig and I have talked about this, man. I was in some debt, and basically Jay's like, look it. This guy is essentially Jay's like, hey, I'm gonna ham it up a little. He goes,
Maybe this may not be in the best interest for you to talk about publicly.
Yeah,
Maybe
I'm just saying he got me a pretty nice settlement, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And then he's just like, listen, this guy's an opener. He's trying. He makes like $16 a year. Do you want a few bucks now, or just you'll never get it because he's just poor. Oh, and by the way, he's my friend, so pro bono. And I was like, nice.
It's the best.
He saved me. So
He went up against the number 29 a few years ago and
Jay and came out pretty
won
well,
big.
didn't he?
Yeah, he won big.
well, that's why I got him, man.
Yeah.
I knew about that.
Oh,
I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh man, I was doing the research.
Well, same lawyer. The credit card, it was the same. Yeah.
Well, it's funny because that's the amount I actually owed in thousands for the credit card. That's why.
29.
I would have bet more. I would have bet. It's insane though. There's something wrong with this country because his credit rating right now is fantastic. It's
swearing.
unbelievable.
I'm like at 790.
It's
Are you really?
I'm not kidding.
unbelievable.
Credit card.
Great.
I just
Yeah.
learned. That was my lesson learned, and I keep a little of it revolving, pay it off in full.
Yeah.
And then actually, I think it's just make the pay. You don't even have to pay it off in full. Just pay it off. Just make the minimum every month. Just
You hear
don't
that?
miss.
This is what you want to do. You want to make the payments.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
you,
no.
Get that
you just
pen?
go ahead and make payments.
Yeah.
Actually,
Make
if you owe
them.
something, pay it.
Yeah.
Let me
Yeah.
clarify. Sometimes
American dream right here.
Some people are like, well, I have like 3,000 that's out there. And it's not about if you have a little debt. It's as long as you just make the minimum.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because I actually have some debt, but I'm making at least the minimum.
I'm
Yeah,
at the
that's
age where I repeat stories a little bit. No, I'm not my dad yet, but I do. Maybe I've said this on this podcast. Maybe I haven't, but I'm going to tell a story about my brother Matt's friend. Did I do this?
I don't know. Nothing ringing bells yet, man.
His friend was in some gambling trouble, in debt, way worse than you, had all kinds of problems, getting phone calls every day from creditors, getting mail every day from creditors. And one creditor called him up and was like, hey, man, you're not paying your bills. He goes, listen, I've had it. He goes, this is what I do. I got no money. I got nothing. This is what I do. At the end of every month, I take all the bills and I put them in a hat and I pull one out and I pay it. You keep messing with me, you're going out of the hat.
Like, whoa, this guy means business.
Okay. Just keep us in that.
That's one of my favorite things ever. And I know I said it somewhere recently. I don't know if I said it here.
Yeah, I don't think it was on here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
No, yeah, you're clean. That's a clean
Okay,
story.
good.
I
What was the first Gatorade shower at a football game, Sean?
think I have that.
No, we don't need you going to your notes. You should know this. You're an NFL guy.
Parcells?
Yes.
Yes, it is Parcells.
It is Parcells. Who got him?
Lawrence Taylor.
Oh, was it?
Nope.
Oh.
Darn it.
2 guys.
I don't know. Somebody big?
Harry Carson and Jim Burt. They got him.
Yeah. Wasn't going to come up with those.
Real. I knew who those guys were. I wouldn't have got it, but I knew who they were.
What year was that?
I don't know. I'm going to say the 80s, though.
Do you think?
He must have been, now they laugh. He must have been furious.
Freaks
Oh, at the
out,
time?
Just out of nowhere.
Parcells
What,
like,
what are you guys
Yeah.
doing?
Are you insane?
This isn't
Yeah.
a thing.
Yeah.
By the way, you're wasting such good product, and now I'm soaking wet, man.
Yeah.
4 games on the bench.
Wouldn't he have been irate?
Yeah.
So next, they're like, They called friends on other teams. They're like, could you guys all start doing this? Parcells is really not taking it well, but if we make him think it's like a tradition, then
Right. Gatorade had, maybe the coolest jingle, coolest ad, the coolest spokesperson ever, Michael Jordan.
The
If I
Like
could,
Mike campaign. Be like Mike.
I remember
Be like
I
Mike
vividly.
and drink Gatorade. The
Yeah.
song, just a absolute smash. Like Mike. If I could be like Mike.
I could be like.
Oh, by the way,
Sometimes I
it
dream
worked.
that
I
he
was
is
like,
me.
Like
we were
Mike?
I'm telling you, with that age bracket, Tim, when,
Jordan.
you and I, in those years, those early 90s,
Yeah.
and I mean, it was like, oh, yeah, whatever he said, whatever he does. I was like a Bulls fan, and like I have like a Bulls starter.
Yeah, me
jersey.
too. Michael Jordan was
Such a piece of garbage, I am.
a real life superhero. But that campaign, it was like shot beautifully. I remember he was like playing basketball against a little kid. But that song, which is
Song was great,
The
I
song
thought.
is so good. And here's the deal: they wanted to use
Sometimes I dream.
a song from the Jungle Book. It was called. Randy, you got to look that up. It's something. It's like "Be Like Me." Look up the Jungle Book soundtrack. Very similar song, right? But it's Disney. They wouldn't let them use. They were like, "This is perfect." It's like, "I want to be like you," something like that.
Yeah.
Disney says no way. So the ad company gets together and they just write this song. So it was "I Want to Be Like You." Yep, "I Want to Be Like You" from the Jungle Book. And the ad company just writes this song very similar. If you can picture that song, it's lots of like drums and it feels like it's on the Jungle Book soundtrack. And they just wrote the song. Huge smash hit.
And Disney didn't sue him?
No, I don't. It's not that close.
Okay.
I don't think. We'd have to pull it up. I don't think it's so close that they like stole the melody. But yeah, the campaign was so successful. There's a movie. Remember, Like Mike? I think it had Little Bow Wow in it.
Yeah.
Where he's But anyway, yeah, my favorite. I
became pretty good at basketball, I think. Little Bow Wow.
Pardon me?
He became pretty good at basketball in
He
that
did.
movie,
Yes.
I'd imagine.
Yes. It was kind of an Air Bud thing, but
Yeah.
no dog involved.
No dog. Oh. So it's sort of, what's the one with the kid that had the operation and could pitch really well for the Minnesota
Oh,
Twins?
Rookie of the Year.
Rookie of the Year. Yeah.
Rosengartner.
Henry Rosen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Real good.
Great movie.
Yeah.
Loved it. Yeah. It's not Walk to Remember, but it's a good
Yeah.
movie. Who's
I've
the first?
met that guy. The
Walk to
actor.
Remember?
a few times. No.
Oh, Thomas Ian Nichols.
Oh, the kid?
Yeah.
Oh, you did meet him. That's right. Ryan.
Yeah.
You met that guy.
Yeah.
I forgot about
Yeah,
that.
we had a whole thing.
Yeah.
Great guy. He's a musician. He rocks. Really, really, really nice guy.
Yeah.
And I mean, his fastball still
Still upper 90s.
strong. Yes,
Wow, that was 30 years ago.
I know.
man.
I know. Still got it.
Who's the first female spokesperson or sponsoree of Gatorade?
Thinking tennis.
No.
Okay.
Oh.
Basketball. No.
Nope.
Golf?
Nope.
Oh, boy. What are we missing here?
Mia Hamm.
Soccer. Yeah.
Oh,
Mia Hamm.
soccer, Mia
Yeah,
Hamm.
Mia Hamm was. yeah.
Wow, they waited that long.
I think so.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it should have been Yvonne Goolagong or somebody like that.
Totally.
Yeah.
Mia Hamm was the best, right?
She
best
was.
of what?
Yeah.
I mean, just over like, who was like the Michael Jordan of
I don't know if she was
what?
I don't know. There was a lot of. She was on that team where they won the World Cup, right?
I think.
Mia Hamm.
Guys, I don't know. I know
The
who
girl
Mia Hamm
that
is, but I
remember
could.
she took her shirt off and threw it.
Yeah, I'm familiar, but I am not about to weigh in on the greatest
Yeah.
soccer players of all time.
No, I'm not either. I know Mia Hamm was really good.
Abby
she's
Wambach.
also pretty. Abby Wambach was
Yeah.
good. Yeah, Mia Hamm's pretty. Is she married to Nomar Garcia Parra?
Oh, that kind of
I
sounds
think
right.
You're
so.
onto it.
No,
Yeah.
my-
At least they were, or they still. Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds right.
Yeah, I think. They've used Gatorade for some pretty cool stuff to treat dehydrated babies in Florida hospitals. They sent them to Rwanda during the
this
genocide.
Gatorade they used on babies.
Yeah, they did. Maybe it was the Gator Light. No, I think it was this Gatorade.
Crazy.
They sent some to Rwanda during the genocide to treat dehydration. The CDC sort of turned their nose up at it and said, this is not that good for cholera. It lacks some of the ingredients of an IV.
Mm-hmm.
And Gatorade defended themselves. And I think, Gatorade or AmeriCares, who were the ones who sent it, said, we stand by our decision because there's people that there's not even not potable water to drink down there. So at least they're getting something.
We're doing something. Yeah,
Yeah.
we don't have a bunch of IVs. That's not the business we're in.
Right.
But here's the Gatorade. Because they were saying, hey, that's great. It works for athletes, but it's not great for cholera. but it did help. And the Rwandan football team that year won everything.
Yeah, they did.
Crushed it.
Yeah, they did.
Just throwing that.
When
stuff
you say
in.
football, do you mean soccer or do you mean football?
Both.
Great question.
Both.
Both?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
They won just about everything that year.
Wow,
There's,
okay.
there's so
All
much
right,
Gatorade
good.
going on. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys remember the Gator Gum?
Sure do.
Loved it.
Yeah.
Man, I loved it. I mean,
Did you?
2 chomps and it had no flavor.
Yes, that's what I was
Yep.
gonna say. I loved it too, but then I was like, I'd be like playing tennis in the summer, doing something. I'd be like, gotta get my Gator Gum, Mom. We gotta pick that up. Gotta use the
Yeah.
Gator Gum. And you're right, no flavor.
But those first 2 bites,
Magical.
Yeah,
unbelievable
yeah,
and
yeah.
hydrating. I would do that type of stuff, like playing tennis. You'd be like down and you'd be like, here we go. And then just a whole new level.
Yeah.
I bought into that so hard. I'd be like, oh, I'll just bring my Gator gum when we're gonna go play basketball. I don't need an actual drink. I'm like, I'll just stay hydrated from my Gator gum.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
You don't need to drink water.
yeah.
You-
I'm
you-
like, why would I even like? They're shooting themselves in the foot.
You
I
guys
was
are
gonna buy a real
stupid,
Gator. I
yeah.
got my Gator gum, and then 20 minutes in, I'm like, ready to pass out. Dousing myself with water and.
I loved it.
Oh, I loved it too, man. It was great. But you're right. It's like that fruit strip gum. Remember
Fruit
that
stripe,
one?
fruit
Fruit
stripe.
stripe. I'm sorry, fruit
Yeah.
stripe.
I think it was the Zebra was in charge of that
I
outbreak.
think you're right,
Yeah.
Greg.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, the first 3 minutes, game changer, and then it just boom,
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Fell off.
just dies.
Fell off the table.
Dies, man. You get 3 minutes of fun, and then it's over.
Do you ever you can eat the wrapper with fruit stripe gum?
What?
Did you ever do that?
No.
Yeah.
No, you
This is a
can't.
lie.
Somebody told me that and then I
That's
started
a
doing
lie.
it.
Yeah, I'm not buying
No,
it.
I'm
That's
pretty
a-
sure.
that's a-
Randy,
There is
check that out.
no way.
That is a liar.
I'm pretty sure.
There's
that's
no way
just
I
not
can't
right,
pretty
man.
sure.
It's irresponsible.
I
too.
feel like that would be.
there's going to be people listening to this podcast.
Here we go,
doing
here we
it,
go.
and it's a bad idea. What are you saying? Here we go.
Yes, you can eat the fruit wrappers on.
They're edible.
This is insane.
Yep.
Now, is there still fruit stripe gum?
That I don't know.
There is. It's a little tricky to find, but it's out there.
Yep.
Okay.
And you can eat it.
All right, man.
Okay.
That's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool.
And I'm sorry, man. I called you out on it.
Yeah,
all
me
right,
too.
guys.
I apologize,
That's
man.
all right.
It's the.
It sounds ridiculous.
It does.
And I've never heard anybody talk about
And
it.
I thought
ever.
somebody was pranking me when they first told me that, and I made them do it in front of me, and then I did it. And I mean, it's not. By the way, it's not good. It offers almost
can't.
nothing to the experience.
The nutrients can't be high.
yeah, but the energy you're saving from having to
Yeah, that's
unwrap
true.
gum.
Right. I don't have that.
That's
you're in
what
a
they're
hurry.
I don't have that kind of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, you're on the go.
Put it right in there. And it's
Especially-
just a good like conversation piece.
Yeah, just chew the whole pack at this point. Yeah. Even the outside.
I like it, man. I'm sorry that I doubted you on
That's
that.
all right, guys.
Nah,
Me too, man.
I should have trusted you. On the bench in the NBA, you can have 2 things: water or Gatorade. Nothing else.
No kidding.
Yeah,
Wow.
nothing else.
Snacks?
No, I don't think you can have snacks. I think it's maybe I don't know.
Sometimes you see him eat, like a
Sub
a
sandwich or
Cliff
something.
Bar or something.
Yeah,
Whopper.
yeah.
Number 3.
Yeah, I think like though there's like Jordan during his time could have probably had a cup of coffee out there. And
Yeah,
they wouldn't
for
have said
sure.
anything. He'd be
Yeah.
like give me a big gulp.
Yep. I'm sure they've done it. I'm
Yeah.
sure I bet we could look up video. I bet there's funny
Yeah,
stuff where guys are
guys.
sneaking things.
Frosty from Wendy's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything else? Any experiences you guys have had with Gatorade that you want to talk about?
I'm just a big fan. I do wonder, a lot of times if you're at a place in your life where you have to get a colonoscopy, right? You got to do the prep the
Yep.
night before.
Yeah.
And everybody will tell you the prep is much worse than the actual procedure.
It is.
Yeah.
You got to clean out your system, right? So
Correct.
they give you this stuff to do that, and
Yeah.
they encourage you to mix it with Gatorade. For
Yeah.
whatever reason, that's what they say is the best thing. And for many people, whatever flavor you choose, you're probably ruining that flavor of Gatorade for you.
Not for me.
For the rest of your life. Really?
Not for me. No.
I have a hard time with the lemon lime for that reason.
Do you think did you just ruin our Christmas lights? You did.
No. Oh, we haven't even
You
talked
did.
about that, by the way. But
Yeah. Look at that.
That's all right. Here, I gotta balance it out now.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at how pretty that is.
Yeah.
If you're on video, man.
It's
you
interesting
are-
you said that because I wonder if like
cost us a fortune.
gastroenterologists are like they have Gatorade reps calling on them like, this is my.
We're gonna need
Could
you.
could you recommend this? I mean, the Powerade guy's going to come in here tomorrow and tell you, but this is why it's better for
This
a
is the
colonoscopy
one.
than
No, because I would think Gatorade wouldn't want to associate that because it's a
Agreed.
painful thing that
man?
people have to go through.
No,
It
man.
didn't affect you at
It didn't
all.
affect me at all. I mean, it wasn't a fun time, but I still like
No.
Gatorade. I think it was the green, man. I'm not sure.
And
See,
you start going through it, and then you look, and the bottle's got this much left.
It's
and you
a
gotta
new.
Keep going.
I think it's new now, though, man. I think new. You just take one pill and it's done.
Really?
Oh, all right.
I think so.
I was not told about the Gatorade. Mine was, mix it with water and then drink 10 of them in the next, 8 hours. And
yeah.
it wasn't Gatorade for me.
So that's my personal experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have a colonoscopy yet?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I've had.
Oh, yeah.
I've had a few.
A few.
Yeah,
You're a young man for that.
yeah.
I
I have a condition.
Okay. I mean, you're welcome to share, but that's maybe not that
It's
kind of.
not that. It's more a Randyland type.
Yeah,
that's more of a
Randyland. That game
topic.
is going to
Talk
be
about a
crazy.
problem.
Yeah, guitars.
Half the price of Candyland, actually.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
That's the
No,
hook.
it's a podcast.
Yeah. Oh, it's a podcast? No, it's a game.
Well, it can be both. It'd be the first ever board game podcast.
Dude,
Yeah.
it's a multi-platform
Correct.
brand, Randyland.
When they sold it to Pepsi, Pepsi had to get rid of what brand? Sean, Randy, you can weigh on this too. They
man.
had their own version of this stuff, and they had to get rid of it.
Well, it wasn't Powerade.
It's not Powerade. That was Coca-Cola. That was the enemy.
Oh, what was there was another
I know
one that
there
was
There was
Around
another
around
one,
for
I
a minute.
believe.
I can almost
Shaq
see
might have
the
been
thing.
all in on it.
Yeah. Well, sports
Close?
was the Power Sport.
All Sport.
All
All
sport.
sport.
All Sport. Which I kind of
Yep.
remember. Did it have a little carbonation in it? Maybe
Oh,
not.
I don't
No,
know.
I don't think so. But
It
yeah,
was the bottle was black, I think.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
I think
correct.
Shaq was their spokesman at All Sport, and then when they bought Quaker, they had to divest themselves of All Sport.
So is All Sports still around?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
Yeah, if
Not
it is,
very good.
if it is, it's doing about as well as
Probably selling next to Hydrox if it is.
Hydrox and Fruit Stripe
I think
Gum.
Powerade-
Did you know All Sport? You could actually eat the bottle.
What?
Yeah.
That is amazing.
That's
How
what
was
inspired
it?
the gum.
Any good?
It didn't taste that good, but
Yeah,
but it was
disgusting.
still
Yeah.
again.
See?
The digestion of the plastic can be real tricky.
Yep.
But outside of
Yeah.
that, man,
Yep.
Yeah.
And then
Fills
you
you
got to
up.
have Gatorade for the. You got to check it out.
Tim, you want to go to fun facts?
Oh yeah, I would love to.
well, we got more. I feel like we've hit a bunch already. What do you
Yeah.
got, Timmy?
So here's the thing, and I thought this might happen. A lot of the fun facts that were ready for this, Greg hit throughout the course of the history. We got those already.
Right.
So if you guys don't mind, took a little bit of a liberty.
Sure, buddy. It's your segment.
We don't have Gatorade fun facts. We have Gator fun facts.
Yeah, even better.
Gator fun fact.
Yeah.
Yep.
As an alligator.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that maybe you guys didn't know. So we're just diversifying a little
I'm
bit.
in.
Yeah,
I'm
can you
in.
handle it?
Yeah. When you say gator, you're talking about the animal, the alligator,
The alligator.
not the guy that works upstairs from the Funny Bone.
Old Gator?
Gator.
No.
Gator and Deb.
Randy liked it.
There is a guy that works maintenance out at Westport. Been there forever. Real nice guy, man. Gator.
I don't know if
Yeah.
I know Gator.
You don't know Gator?
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
still around now?
Yes. Yeah, I saw Gator the other day.
Maybe I know him if I saw
Is he
him.
married to Gwen? I think he's married to
I
Gwen.
think so, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gator?
Gwen used to manage the Funny Bone. Yeah, Gator's been there forever.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty good name. Pretty good nickname.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it more of is it a biker nickname, you think?
Could be. Could be a lot of things.
Yeah.
This guy, you have to carry a knife if your nickname is Gator,
Yes,
right?
you gotta, yeah.
A couple of things you got. Some sort of facial hair you have to have. Does he?
Did you do
He's got
time?
long hair, but I don't think he's got facial hair. But he can pull off Gator. He's got
Yeah.
enough long hair. He's got a look. It's a good look.
At least one necklace of any kind. Anything counts. It can be a
maybe.
chain. It
Yeah.
can be beaded. Preferably, there are shark teeth on it.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you got to have something.
Yeah.
I don't know if Gator. Yeah, I think he might have a knife, but it's more of like one of those tools that maintenance guys have.
That counts.
That has all different types of.
Totally.
What's it called?
Swiss Army
Totally
knife?
counts.
No, but
No.
yeah, the
Utility knife?
utility tool or something.
Yeah.
What's the
Multi-utility
difference?
tool.
What's a Swiss Army knife to a utility knife?
Swiss
Outside of, like,
Army
a
is like
brand.
the specific, the
And
red
it's a
thing.
knife. I think that I think it's probably similar, but I think the multi-utility, multi-two utility. I'm screwing it up, but it's I think it's got more stuff.
All right.
Well, there's a lot of Swiss Army knives, and we will do that brand.
That would be kind of fun.
Oh, that'd be a great
That'd be
one.
great.
Yeah. I was really into those as a kid. You want to learn about some gators?
I do.
Here we go. Gators may kill larger prey by grabbing it and dragging it into the water to drown. Alligators consume food that cannot be eaten in one bite by allowing it to rot or by biting and then performing a death roll, spinning or convulsing wildly until bite-sized chunks are torn off. Critical to the alligator's ability to initiate a death roll, the tail must flex to a significant angle relative to its body. An alligator with an immobilized tail cannot perform a death roll.
Gotcha.
That's where all the propulsion comes from.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Pretty good, right?
Pretty
Very
cool.
good, man.
Lots of fun.
Yeah.
Some
Violent.
alligators will death roll another alligator when competing for a female.
That's got to be confusing.
Very tricky.
Those guys are down there. He's like, I'm death rolling you, Mike. No, I'm death rolling you,
rolling you.
Charlie.
I got a strong
I'm death rolling you,
tail.
Mike. Oh man, I'm death rolling you. like, hey, can we get a ruling on this? Who's death rolling who?
I'm not even that into her, man. I don't want to. Death roll seems,
Go ahead, take her,
seems
man.
extreme. And she's a nice girl.
I got to death roll you, man. It's the definition of a death roll. You got to do it to the death.
Sorry, buddy. Most people know this. The muscles that close the jaws are powerful, but the muscles for opening their jaws are weak. As a result, an adult human can hold an alligator's jaws shut barehanded. Not a problem at all. But good luck trying to close them once they're open. It is common to use several wraps of duct tape to prevent an adult alligator from opening its jaws when being handled or transported.
When you do have your hand over a gator's mouth, you can hear the gator like, if I ever get my mouth open,
You're death rolled, baby.
Dead man, if I ever get my mouth open, I'm telling you right now, if I get my mouth open, you can
All this see you later stuff. I'll see you later.
I dare you.
Most moms, when it comes to alligators, are nurturing. 7% of baby alligators are eaten by their parents.
That's traumatic.
The reason is multiple paternity. So baby alligators in a single litter can have different dads. Father alligators are a much bigger threat than mother alligators to their young. It is likely because they don't know which babies belong to them.
Right.
They get upset. They go crazy.
There was a show about this in the 80s, a sitcom. It was My Two Alligator Dads, and it was, they didn't know.
Yeah. Hijinks ensued.
Yeah.
It was.
They didn't know who their dad was.
Mhm.
It was yeah.
It's real good. Paul Reiser?
Paul Reiser.
Yeah.
And that guy with a beard.
Greg something.
Really? That
Yeah.
was the actor's name? Greg?
I want to say it began with a K.
Greg. Like a KN, like Greg Knowles? Or
No, it
was
was like a
Greg,
hard K.
Greg Knight or Greg?
No, it's like a hard K.
Greg Ketchikan?
We can look that up.
Kinnear.
Greg Kinnear.
My two alligator dads.
Definitely wasn't Greg Kinnear. One of my favorite actors ever.
Maybe
Greg
Jack
Kinnear.
Tripper.
Kinnear's one of your favorite actors
Love
ever?
Greg Kinnear so much, man.
Really?
Love him.
What is your favorite role of his? As good as it gets?
Stuck
Good
on
as it
You.
gets is awful good. Stuck on You is a good movie.
I
man.
like it, man.
Damon's great in that movie
Yeah.
too. Greg Evigan.
Yeah, it's an E. It's not a K.
Okay. Yeah, I don't see any.
He kind of
Ks
looks
in
like a brown-haired Jim Rome.
Old Lang Syne.
it. Yeah.
Funny. Love Randy had a good
Randy
time.
likes that
Funniest
one.
thing he's heard all day.
Yeah, knocked it out of the park.
Got a real
Sean.
soft spot
Way to
for
go. There's your clip right there.
Yeah. We did it. Yes. I was thinking super sleeping. It's the logo.
He's like a brown-haired Jim Rohn.
Murder. New
Randy's
episode.
watching, just howling. The rest of America's like, yeah.
And
New episode. Did I already say that? It's the loudest reptile in the world. 90 decibels. Humans max out at 70. Sean comes in around 80.
About
If
Sean-
we're-
yeah,
if we're being
yeah,
honest.
Sean's
dude, if we
82.
had a full-blown
Yeah,
match, I might be able to break him in 90.
He's part Gator.
Yeah.
He is part Gator.
That's be my nickname, man.
He's
Next
a nice
year.
guy. He's not going to death roll anybody, but he can get up to 90.
They call him Gator. Is he tough? No, man. He's just real
He's
loud.
just real loud,
Just-
man. Yeah.
The alligator was put on the endangered species list in 1967 and then taken off of it 20 years later in 1987.
Wow.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I mean, there's a lot of them.
That is a fun fact. 2 million alligators live in Louisiana, over 1 million in Florida. Also in East Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Alabama, Mississippi, and Georgia. The farthest north that you can find an alligator, North Carolina.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a little surprising, right?
That's high. It's pretty high up there.
North Carolina.
Yep.
That's too high.
You think so?
They get up to North Carolina, they can get up to Missouri, and I don't like it.
Are we we're further north than they are.
I think we are. I don't know latitude, longitude.
We gotta
numbers,
be.
but yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
We're further north.
I think we're further north, but still, it's concerning because they're in Arkansas and that's our neighbor. They're in Oklahoma.
Yeah, but we're
down southern.
Yeah, we're okay, man.
Yeah,
We're above the alligator line.
We are above the.
Yes, and remember, you can just keep them.
We know how to just
That's all you
lock 'em
got to
up.
do.
Yeah.
Not a big deal. They won't death roll you.
Okay.
That's all I got. So again, Gatorade episode, Gator fun facts. There you go.
I
like
think they
it,
can
Tim.
live like a crazy amount of years.
It is. It's
too.
like 80,
I mean, like crazy.
Yeah, 80 or 90 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even longer.
There's some old gators out there,
Yeah.
which would make a nice pet because aside from the fact they might kill you, you're gonna have it for your life, maybe.
Yeah.
Can you imagine a lifetime?
Well, if they kill
pet?
you, then you'll have had it your whole
You're
life
right,
too. I mean,
man.
it's, yeah.
That is this. We guarantee you're gonna have this pet for your life.
Yes. No matter which way it rolls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which way?
Which way
the
death
gator rolls?
Yeah.
Death rolls. What do you say we go to some comments, Tim? You usually take care of that.
I got comments. We'll start with the
Our people are vociferous.
yeah. They uh-oh.
Oh. Well, look at that.
Nah, I just talk like that.
Do you? CJT 2099 said, stupid question. This is on, we did Fritos was the episode I'm taking comments from here. Stupid question in this situation, but I've got to ask, is this really episode 12? This show is phenomenal for the funny bone, but traumatic for my OCD.
You're gonna have to ask the listeners on
You
that.
got to go back.
Sorry,
It's a little bit.
Listen,
Yeah.
it's not our job to count episodes.
Yeah, we don't
We're
keep
not-
score
we're not-
anymore.
we're not-
Yeah. That's a Nate thing. And again, he's not here today.
Yeah,
so
we're
sorry.
not an episode counter.
Adam Watson, 1459 said, I'm commenting to help the algorithm. I got free laughs out of it. You were asking people to.
Oh, last week, yeah, we were pumping the.
I made one request. We don't bug people on this podcast.
We're not bugging you. But
Certainly
if you
do.
wanted to leave a comment.
Yeah. Thank you, buddy.
Remember
Thank
to
you. It did help.
like, subscribe,
Yeah, God.
and hit the notification. Hey, guys, smash that like button. Guys, go ahead and smash that like. Done. I'm blocked. You're blocked. Even if it's something I want to enjoy, I'm like, I have to do it. If I hear smash the like button, immediate lifetime ban. Lifetime ban. It's like, hey, I have to.
Man. That's great.
MC Morris, 6714 says, gonna fight for the right to charge it. A lot of people want that put to music. A lot of requests.
A lot of you could do that. You're a musician.
I can
Could
do
you
it.
Do it.
Yeah.
All right.
There's 12 guitars in here.
I'd like you to do that on one of the episodes next year. I'd like that to be maybe part of our.
Yeah, Randy, just bring me, grab a
Get
guitar
Greg
and we'll
Allman
do
to do
it.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get Gregory.
All right, Fritos specific stuff. Gems 390 said, I feel like most of the shots fired during this Frito episode were directed at Sean. Also,
Yeah.
pretty sure Greg starts it on purpose just to see him go off. Not cool, Greg. This has quickly entered my top 5 favorite podcasts.
I'm glad
Hey,
you're with
they
us.
said it all. I'm in good shape
It
with
was
that one.
just acting like I was some sort of contrived anger at that point. I was furious. I was furious.
But
Why,
I just like
why did you do that comment, man? We
Because
were getting
it-
along
I'm glad you
fine.
did,
it
buddy.
ended with
We were getting along fine.
because they're appreciating it so much. That's what I like. They're breaking it down and not cool. Also, it's in my top 5 favorite podcasts.
Right.
All right. Jason Murray 1 says Kit Kat plus peanut butter equals amazing. I tried it today, and I have to say, Greg is a genius.
Oh, yeah.
It's so good, isn't it, man? We were doing it with Simply Jif too, which is a low sugar peanut butter. I remember that when we were in Nashville.
I had no idea.
We were doing with Simply Jif.
Oh, so you didn't get the full experience.
If you go full strength Jif and Kit Kat, God knows what is possible.
Yeah.
Simply Jif's like the
realize
G2, right?
It's G2. You're right. It's
Simply
the G2.
Jif is good, yeah.
SJ2.
Biscuit 935953 said Frito scoops and Jif creamy peanut butter together is unmatched. Love the content, boys.
Okay.
People were real excited about that. Oh, man, this is great. The Typical American said, Tom Petty's character from King of the Hill, Lucky, once said, you ain't tasted nothing till you tasted a corn chip right off the line. And I can attest to this. We have a Frito-Lay factory near where I live in Utah, and we took a tour for school once. It was life-changing. Doesn't that sound
Man,
good?
that sounds so
Yeah.
good. If anybody out there works for PepsiCo, invite us out to the plant. We'd love to get a Frito right off the line. My buddy Jimmy Schneider,
Wait, I think I know a guy.
you know, Jimmy
A
Schneider.
PepsiCo.
Jimmy Schneider is way up there
Frito-Lay.
in human resources with Frito-Lay, with PepsiCo. I don't know. he's got to know somebody. But yeah, we'd really like to get in there.
Fresh off the ambi, amazing.
Fresh off the line. Are you kidding me?
Oh, I'm all over it, man. I love it.
And I'm not going to be picky, but if you wouldn't mind, Jim, could we get off the scoops line?
Why?
I was gonna.
Oh, if we could yes.
I
Agree.
I was more the honey barbecue guy, so that'll be
No,
a problem.
scoops fresh. I'm curious to try an unsalted one like the founder did too.
Yeah, I bet you it's not good.
Yeah,
but I'll do
right.
it.
Turum 25 said, also, Fritos should pay you guys advertising for this. I've watched thousands of their commercials and it never made me want to go buy Fritos, but I seriously left the house and bought some after watching this. So many comments.
I know we get a lot of that, and eventually these brands are going to catch on that we're helping them.
Yeah.
Matt Behrens, our buddy who runs the St. Louis Funny Bone, I
Yeah.
talked to him on the way in here. Matt said he was at the gym
Yeah.
and he heard the Pringles episode and he went and bought some Pringles.
Yeah. I told me that too, man.
We're selling products.
We're selling
guys.
products.
We're selling
Yeah, we are.
products. Now, here's the thing. If you guys want to, us to run some ads or whatever you want to send us some product, we'll take it, okay? But listen, we're going to play it fair. We're not on all these brands. We like to celebrate brands, but if there's something out there that's glaring, we're going to probably
We'll
talk
put the feet
about
to the
it.
fire.
Yeah, we will. Now we don't search for it. This isn't about roasting brands.
Right.
This isn't about some sort of expose.
No, we're being honest.
We're not.
Bad logo, Gatorade.
Yeah, I don't care for the logo, Gatorade. Sorry.
Great electrolytes, though, Gatorade.
Real good electrolytes.
See? It's
Yeah.
fair.
Honesty.
Fair.
Tough but
Honesty,
fair.
man.
Yeah.
We talked for a while about we got a little bit confused between the Ernest P. Worrell movies, the Medea movies, and the Benji the dog.
Yeah.
movies.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So we were unclear about whether Benji.
I think Larry the Cable Guy was in there too because he had a few.
Yes.
Yeah.
We were unclear about whether Benji Goes to Prison was a film or not. And Zalo Gutter says, now I'm just imagining sweet little Benji in the Slammer trying to show how tough he is during yard time.
And then whoever made that movie is probably like, I can't believe these guys. We made a perfectly good movie.
Could be good, yeah.
Yeah, Benji
Yeah.
Goes to Prison. It could be a good movie.
Yeah, I've watched it. Brett Englund, 192. So we talked about supergroups came up last week.
Yeah, man.
And
Fascinating stuff.
Brett Englund went in and laid out a bunch of them, and this is very helpful. Asia, the group Asia, is members from King Crimson.
I knew that.
Yes, and Emerson. And Emerson, Lake and
Oh,
Palmer.
yeah, you did say that, Greg.
The Firm is made up of members of
yeah.
Bad Company, Led Zeppelin, Whitesnake, and
Radioactive.
AC/DC.
Yeah, that song's awesome.
Was that the Fix?
No, that's Radioactive. Oh, this is
Firm? Yeah.
Power Station is made up of Robert Palmer, Chic, and Duran Duran members.
Okay.
You know Power Station.
I liked
They
some
did
of
their
their
version of Bang a Gong, right? Yeah. They had another good one. Anyway, Bad English was members of the Babies and Journey, Traveling Wilburys, of course, George Harrison, Bob
That
Dylan,
was a good one.
Tom Petty, Jeff Lynne, and Roy Orbison. That might be my number one.
That's a pretty awesome one, isn't it?
Oh my God,
That's a
Traveling
killer.
Wilburys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you hear? I mean, guys from different,
Yeah. I loved that.
unbelievable. And Petty, the kid in it, who Petty's in
Yeah.
my top 5 of all time. I think
Yeah.
he's just the great. It was the kid in it. It was and a Beatle. You got a Bob Dylan and a
When you
Beatle
say
together.
top 5, are you saying top 5 like the movie The Town? Top 5? Like that kind of top
That's
5?
exactly what I'm saying.
All right.
I stand by it, man.
Yep.
I love the town.
Yep.
Sounds good.
Damn Yankees was Ted Nugent plus Tommy Shaw from Styx and Jake
From State Farm.
Blades from Night Ranger.
No.
Jack, that's what I thought. Okay. Man, I like having
Randy's
Randy here.
good. Randy's
That's
good.
why I looked at it.
Their
like that.
hit was Can You Take Me High Enough, I believe?
Yes. And that video, when you finish this podcast,
Fly
if you're
me
watching on
under.
YouTube, please go watch.
Fly Me Over. Sorry.
No, the song's called High Enough.
Can you take me high enough to fly me over?
Fly me over.
I said under.
Yeah, fine.
Fly me under.
Fly me under yesterday. Go watch that video. It's one of the most absurd videos where like clearly Ted Nugent took the lead on directing that video. But
Right in like my college or right after college time.
What are we talking? This is what, mid 80s?
Yeah.
Did not go to college in the mid 80s.
So late
Not
80s.
far.
When did
I
that
was-
come out?
I
Early
wasn't-
90s?
It was early 90s.
Early. That came out? Yeah. Yeah, that's a really good one.
91, I bet.
Tumble the Dog, which we talked about. Members of Soundgarden and Pearl Jam. Mad Season was Pearl Jam, Alice in Chains and Screaming Trees, Velvet Revolver, Stone Temple Pilots, Guns N' Roses, and Wasted Youth. And then what's the Rage Against the Machine and Chris Cornell?
Audio Slave.
Audio Slave would be another one. So anyway, I thought that was good.
Good
And then
stuff.
lots of comments on what goes on in here. Mark Mattingly, this is one of my favorites. Mark Mattingly said, "Man, that table shakes."
He's shaking it.
It is
the
all.
one shaking
It's all.
it.
I mean, but you lay a pinky on this thing and it goes
He's shaking
just off
it.
the
It's
reservation.
true.
Look at this thing.
Rhonda Fian said, "Big fan. Haven't missed an episode. Really cheering you guys on. For those of us that watch and listen, which is so much more fun, just suggesting to add some lighting to the set. It seems like it needs an extra kit. There's one thing we don't need."
Oh man,
Crazy.
dude, that was like why this
If
thing
she
is.
knows how much we spent on lighting,
Oh, dude,
You gotta adjust your computer.
That was a kick in the groin. Right
Yes.
there,
Oh man, our
Yeah.
first episode would have been like April 1st and not October 1st if it wasn't for
Yes.
the lighting.
Yeah, man, that's
I know.
that's a gut punch, man.
You remember I almost went blind.
I would have preferred. Yeah, we remember that. I would have preferred it if she said it's a great podcast, but the three of you aren't funny. You know.
Then the lighting.
Yeah, don't come after our
Sensitive,
lighting, man.
yeah.
Come on.
And then finally, Randy Voss 1185 said, "Shout out to Randy. Listening to him had me wondering, who does this guy remind me of?" And then it hit me. He's a match for Floyd Pepper, the bassist in the Muppets. You know, with the mustache.
Because he's got the glasses,
And he
right?
talks, like, man.
Yeah.
You've heard that before?
Randy played bass, right?
He did. Yeah. Well, you were in
Randy played bass.
you were in the Electric Mayhem band for a little bit, weren't you? Did some
No, I wasn't, but I do still play bass.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
like
good.
Floyd. That's a pretty good one. Those are your comments.
Thank you, man. I thought those were really good and well curated.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, man.
Nice
Thanks.
job.
There's good stuff in there.
Happy
Yeah.
to do it, guys.
You read them with I like the inflections you use. You know,
Well, you know, I got a little bit of a radio
you
background.
can hear the other person in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I like-
I see the commenter.
I wanted to really embody Randy Voss 1185,
Yeah.
Brett Engelland 192, all those people.
Right.
Yeah, I get into character.
Well, it's just nice. It's like it's always it seems
Was
to be
it
about
Brett England?
Yep,
Brett England 92, is that who it was?
192.
Brett England 192. I thought it was John Ford Coley 193. That would have been
That's a deep cut.
I needed a Dan in there
That's,
somewhere. Sorry.
Yeah,
That's
sorry.
stupid.
No,
really
you-
bad joke, man.
Okay.
That's worse than
It was not good.
that's worse than the succotash joke.
No,
oh, that was
it wasn't. I wish you told that one with your microphone upside down.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that would have been
it doesn't work. That's what I was
that
trying to
would've-
explain to you. What? Now the mic, you can't. If it's upside down,
Sure.
you're not gonna be able to hear me. That was the joke of the whole thing.
Oh,
See?
boy, this is tricky.
photo magic.
Tim and I are no, you're not with me this week. Neither one of you.
I was
idiots
with you
are.
last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Neither one of you guys are with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are you?
DC.
DC.
Walking in DC.
The Improv.
Bringing Ryan back. You guys know Ryan, my old roommate from New York City.
One of my favorites.
Very funny comic, and we're doing the kids show on Sunday. In addition, so it's sort of a holiday. Kick off the holidays with your kids. It's
great.
on Sunday.
That's great.
It'll be really fun. DC is, man, that club is up there, top
Yeah,
5 in
DC
the country.
Improv
DC Improv is.
Legendary, right?
I'm pretty thrilled to play it. Pretty proud.
Great, man.
Pretty excited.
That's
Yeah.
great.
And yeah, probably a good time for me to take a break from you two guys.
Sure. Ryan.
I don't know. I mean, I'll miss him. You know, I'm bummed out. But
Oh, are you?
yeah, you can't get them all, man. I
Yeah.
can't be so rapacious with all these.
He got
Weeks
it.
of the
He
week.
got it.
Just waiting for
He
the end.
did it.
Well, he kind of stole it out of the
Rapacious.
gate. I'm like,
Rapacious.
Rapacious?
That's an easy one.
Rapacious.
I believe so.
What's it mean?
Very easy.
What does it mean, Sean?
One word definition: greedy. It's
Okay.
really just a fancy way to say greedy. You want to sound. You want to sound.
Rapacious.
Yeah, like you read a lot. Just say that word in place of greedy, and then people will be like, "God, that guy is a pompous jerk." But
They're
Rapacious.
not going to think you read a lot. They're going to think
Oh,
you
no,
have,
they know
you have
I
one of those
don't.
calendars is what they
Yeah.
think. Yeah.
Kinda feels
I don't
like
know
that.
calendar.
Anything
man.
to plug for you,
DC,
Tim?
yeah, me and my good buddy Sean O'Brien are going to be at the Funny Bone at Streets of St. Charles, January 16th through 19th.
Look out.
Going to be fantastic. Our pal Greg Warren will be joining us on the show on the 19th.
Sunday.
That is the Sunday show, but those shows are Thursday through Sunday, so check those out. And I'm going to make a commitment right here on the Consumers. I'm going to make sure that Consumers t-shirts are in rotation buy my shows in St. Charles.
Wow, dude, that's big, man.
I don't know. if
Gives
you
us.
No, I'm doing it.
There's
We
some
got
red
about a month.
tape on that.
I'm
one,
doing
man.
it.
There's red
We got about a
tape.
month.
I'm doing it. You can also see Greg and Sean New Year's Eve at Helium in Indianapolis. And holidays are here. Check out the Punk Rock Christmas Volume 1 EP by the Misfit Machine.
Are we letting him plug?
Yeah, he brought it
Merch
up
on
a few
this time?
times.
He's now
Merch?
just plugging his CDs.
It's not.
I mean,
it's
you
not,
can
it's not
plug
CDs,
discs.
Greg.
We-
it's streaming.
We don't mind.
It's the holidays. It's the holidays.
It is the holiday season, man.
It's the holidays. Sean?
Yeah. Oh, no, I'm with it. Well, I mean, it's
great.
You're saying you're having a consumer shirt. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I don't think.
Yeah, so that's-
he's got a problem with both these things. Yep.
I don't have a problem with the consumer shirt we're going to get. I just think there's some red tape we need to go through. It's not It's not
I'll go through
totally
it.
our call.
I'll handle it.
I got
You call Nate.
I'll handle it.
Well, he's gonna
not,
be.
He's not busy at all. Yeah.
You call.
We've already talked.
Greg
He
said we
frankly-
should
he's-
have a T-shirt that says "I have the right to charge my phone."
Oh, I like that.
What do you
too.
think
I
of
like that
Would
too.
would anyone buy that?
I like that.
That was Greg's idea, though, so it'd be his deal.
Maybe I would. What Sean says, you can't do two sides because it gets too expensive.
That's what I've heard, man. If you
goes
flip
up.
it goes up, but it goes up a lot.
I'm gonna do one. I'm gonna wait until I print these things to show you guys. But it's a consumer's logo, and then it's me in the shopping cart with you guys. It's that picture. that was my long play for that one. I was like, it's going on a T-shirt, Kirkwood Magazine or not.
We are the consumers. You have the right to charge your phone.
Go Bills.